So we're going to talk about Vim. So in order to understand Vim, we need to understand what a terminal is. So the first part of the video is going to be about the terminal, basic terminal commands, what a terminal is, why you should use the terminal. Later part of the video is going to be about Vim, and then why you should use Vim, and then Vim plugins, and probably go a little bit into Neovim as well. Feel free to skip ahead if you feel like you know much about a terminal. I just want to get straight into Vim. So let's get right into the video. So in order to get into the terminal, we just have to go command space and then terminal, and then it pops up right here. So this is basically the terminal, right? Terminal is just a way for us to communicate with the OS. And I always say it's like texting the OS, right? So this terminal right here is just a directory. So the directory is your home directory. So if you want to understand it better, go to our home right here, and this directory right here, which is this folder right here, is what is shown in the window right here. All right, so if you want to see what's in there else, it shows you the same stuff in here: downloads, Eclipse. It's just, this is, you see, downloads, Eclipse is right somewhere over here. Yeah, it's basically the same stuff in the window right here, right? So let's just just make it wider so we can see what's going on, and also make the text a little bit bigger. So let's say right now let's just clear this off our screen so we can have a clear screen. So you know where we are in the terminal, right? Which by using pwd, we're in the home directory. So let's say you want to get into let's say projects, right? So change directory, cd, or cd, simply just say cd, change directory, and then projects. Boom, we're in projects now. So lists, so it shows you what's in projects. Let's say you want to go into Python right here. That's a Python directory, right? So cd Python, boom, we in Python. All right, so now we know how to change directory into another directory. Let's say you want to go back to your previous directory, right? The easiest way for me to explain this is just by using pwd, and then it says Python, right? So we're going to put the first dot right here, imaginary dot, and project another dot, and then our home directory is going to be the third dot. So 1 2 2 dots, right? So cd 2 dots into projects. Where are we at right now? Projects, right? So easy. So let's go back into Python. Now let's assume you want to make a new folder, right? You want to make a new directory in the Python directory. Just go make directory, mkdir, and then folder. Then there we have it. So mkdir folder, then it should be right here. Let's say you want to take it off, right? So it's easy as rmdir, and then just say folder, and then it takes it off, so it's no longer there anymore. See, and these are just basic terminal commands that help you know where you're going, or help you navigate the terminal, right? So let's say you want to go back to our home directory. All you need to do is just type cd, and then boom, home directory. Let's say we have pwd clear to make sure it looks more clean. And then I forgot to mention though, once you open your terminal, it's probably not going to look like mine. It's probably going to look more like settings, more like this, right? But this is pretty boring. That's why I prefer using this, because it's a little bit interesting. I like the color. And then yeah, so it's going to open that in a new tab if you do that. Okay, so we talked about a terminal, how to navigate a terminal, or you can always do manual cd to see like basic commands that you can use in terminal. So I'll recommend you explore and then find out more commands you can use. It also gives you a history of everything, all the commands you can use. So let's just go. You can just see it gives you the authors. The manual page was written by Sheldon Hand. All the stuff, like when it was done, when it was written, like it gives you it gives you all the commands as well. So let's say you want to see, yeah, login, there's cd, case, change directory, command, all the stuff. Cool. So we know how to navigate a template. I'm going to include how to install Homebrew in Git repo. That's going to be in the description of this video, so it's going to be easy for you to install Homebrew. it's a command that we just put in a terminal and just installs Homebrew. And then if you want to install anything else, just brew install Homebrew, brew install, and then you install whatever you want to install, right? So I just want to talk about sudo gpt. So if you want to use sgpt in your terminal, you can just use sgpt. You need to install Python first with Homebrew. Sgpt hello, and how can I assist you today? So it's just see everything is using the terminal. Let's say you want to ask a question. It's sgpt how do I install Homebrew? See, makes it so easy for you, right? All right, so that's enough with Homebrew. Oh, there's something called Lazygit. There's something called Lazygit that allows you to use GitHub on the terminal. So Lazygit, don't open it. I just see all my recent repositories are right here, so you can just access all of them and then see what's going on, and then make changes to your branches. There's also Lazydocker. See, I need to run Docker first. Okay, that's cool. You don't need it, just trying to show how it works. I just want to mention that this terminal is okay, but there's another terminal that we can use. So that terminal is called Iterm. That's what I prefer to use because I really got bored of this terminal, seeing it every time. So we can use Iterm, command space and Iterm. See, there's also a book that I recommend. I'm probably going to link it down below that teaches you basic Unix commands. There's the terminal command, so pretty interesting book. And then it's going to tell you more about the terminal and Unix commands too. So this is Iterm. The reason why I love Iterm is because, let's say you can always autocomplete your stuff, and then you can just get into where you were. So let's say I want to get into projects. I want to get into what I was doing the last time, right? All I need to just type in PRO and then Control P. As I was working on this the last time, so boom, right there in the main branch. It outlines where you are to. So yeah, this is Iterm. This is why I love it. There's a lot of ways you can customize Iterm to make it more fancy, but I prefer using it in the basic way. Before talking about Vim, I also want to mention Nano. So Nano is a way to edit your stuff. If you want to let's say it's basically a text editor in the terminal, like Notepad or anything else. Nano is also also does the same thing. So now that we know about Nano, we can get into Vim. Okay, so right now we're in normal mode, and then if you want to get into visual mode, V. If you want to get into edit mode, escape. If you want to get into insert mode, escape. Alright, so Vim has 3 modes, right? There's visual mode, insert mode, and there's normal mode. So this is insert mode that I have on right now. There's also, to get into normal mode, just escape out of insert mode, and then this is your normal mode. To get into visual mode, V. To get back in normal mode, escape, and it's in normal mode, right? If you want to quit out of Vim, it's always simple. It's all :Q, you're out of Vim, right? All right, cool. So before I get into Vim, I just want to talk about my plugins, which is going to help you make Vim more easy. Because once you open Vim, it's probably not going to look like mine. So let's talk about my plugin. So Vim RC. This is my plugin, my Vim plugin. Basically, I use my Vim for Python. That's why I have all this plugin for my Python development. So I have productivity tools as well. There's also Fuzzy Finder, which I also use sometimes. There's NetTree, which I'll explain. NetTree, let me explain NetTree because I can use it right now. So just Control N, and it gives you a directory of all the stuff you want to do. It gives you a directory of all your directories. So let's say you're in a folder, right? I'll probably show you later on about NetTree later. So there's also Vim Airline. That's the theme I'm using right now. This gives you the status bar right here. There's Statify, which when you type in Vim in your terminal, what pops up is what is Statify. There's also Git, and there's also AI Copilot. So this Copilot integration is what is over here. I'm going to include all this in the GitHub repo, so you can use it. So set number, because your Vim is not going to come with this, so you can. All right, so I forgot to mention that if you want to use a terminal in Vim, it's always colon, and then you can type in whatever you want to type in, right? But the terminal Vim commands are different. That's what I was saying. So right now, let's say you want to set number. You want to, in your Vim, there's not going to be set number, right? You can just do set number right here, and then okay, so set number is already set. All right. So this all this stuff is just color scheme, one dark. This also the theme I'm using, the one for the background. There's a one dark. All right, so enough about my plugins. Let me show you why I love using Vim. So all right, so we're here, right? Let me show you something cool about Vim, right? So let's say you want to open these two, right? Controller and let's say you want to open these two, model and service, right? You can just do Vim -o and then controller.py and then service.py. Boom. And you can have your directory right here, right? And there's something else you can also do too. So in order to get back to your controller window, this control ww, it should be in the controller window right here, right? This is in the main branch. You can just do colon and then terminal or term, and then your terminal is right here. So you can start your environment right here and then start your app right here. So this is just interesting to me because it makes your work so much easier, and there's no lagging, there's nothing slow, the memory consumption is not that much. I'm sure you're probably using like 200 megabytes right now, or even less than, compared to Visual Studio, which you'll probably be using 2 gig or 3 gig at a time. Vim is just super lightweight. All right, so we know about all this stuff. I just want to talk about Neovim. Now, so Neovim and Vim controller.py. See, you can just use your mouse and then highlights and then right click, and then it just jumps into visual mode. The only thing I don't like about Neovim is see this terminal, and then it just pushes your work right down there. So that's why I don't use Neovim. But if you feel like you found a way around Neovim, just comment so other people can around this, and Neovim just comment so other people can figure it out too, because I never figured this out. There's only reason why I never use Neovim. It seems like it's very clunky. So yeah, that's Vim, and then that's Neovim. If you feel like you learned something new, like I said, subscribe. Our next video is going to be about bash scripting and how to automate stuff in your terminal. So looking forward to it. Hope to see you guys soon.